Well, when I'm not working on tractors or my truck or whatnot, this is where I spend pretty much most of my extra free time, down here in the basement. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff I'm still going through, and yes, I do have tractor parts in the basement. That's the motor from the 67 Super 12. I have a couple of parts that I've been working, that I painted. I got hood inserts for the Super 12 and for the second 69 Suburban 12. Train layout, that it's an HO scale layout, but I haven't done much of anything on it in about the last 3 years, I'd say. I mean, it's mostly finished, but there's still other areas where there's still bare plywood or purple foam because I have not put the rock down. Just kind of lost interest, just don't have the time for it. Here's some older collectible stuff, some old Tonka trucks and model boxes. All the boxes, the kits have been built. So there's that, and a couple of more train boxes, empty model boxes, Hydrotrack 14 parts, and even more models. All these up here have been built or finished, and so they're just parts left in those boxes. Over here is where all my built models are. This is most of my bigger rigs, and I say big rigs as in semi-trucks and trucks and trailers, or van and trailer. A lot of these have been custom built, like the C60, the Sears box truck, the Dodge Ramp truck, and the 87 Ram Charger with basically early 80s rear windows and taillights, but you know, same thing. A bunch of vinyl albums because I do have a full-blown stereo that I listen to on a fairly regular basis. Everything from a turntable to a cassette deck to a CD player, another cassette deck to an 8-track player. Matter of fact, this entire cavity or cabinet is full of 8-track tapes. About 150 tapes actually. There's more models. These are all 67 to 72 GM trucks there. And then 2 of my Dodge trucks. Bunch of Oldsmobiles. And a couple more Dodge models and some vintage tin cans. Another table of built models. And I've got a couple more down below too that are more recent ones. Most all these are my dad's models except for 2 of them. There's a couple of my dent side Fords, if my camera would focus. There we go. This one's built like my neighbor's truck across the street from me. It's a 77 F250, 78 F250. It's a 73 or 74 with a 78 grill on it. There's a couple more of my dad's models. More of mine. My dad's is the blue one, mine is the brown one. A couple of die cast, another 8-track player, another cassette deck. Ace Hardware die cast GTO. And Oldsmobile. It's actually 71. That's what the side of the box says. Spare Suburban 15 grill and some other tractor parts. Bunch of signs, including one that I put together. And then here's another something I wanted to show. Is I got a couple of old chainsaws down here. This one is a all original McCulloch Mini Mac 30 that I have the case for. I cleaned it up, never put oil or gas in it to try and run it. I just thought it was so clean that I left it as is. Matter of fact, I mean, there's no scratches in the front of this saw whatsoever. Just a couple of nicks in the paint, so it's had very little use. But my main focus is on this Sears saw. I'd love to find a blue one of these. And this is a Sears lightweight. It's the same color as the orange Suburbans. And if anybody has a blue one of these saws, it's relatively close to Wisconsin, I'd be interested. I'd like to find a blue one of these saws. I bought this at a tractor show last year. Haven't done anything with it. Sadly, the back part of the handle is broken off. But, oh well, it was $10. So I really couldn't go wrong. I was watching a video today by Vintage Fixer, and he was going through a scrapyard or pile of chainsaws, and one of them looked like it was a blue Craftsman that was identical to this, and then he mentioned that these saws were built by Homelight, potentially, which I'm not sure about. Someone could confirm or deny that for me. I'm not sure, but anyways, I thought I'd show that orange saw and see if anybody has a blue one or a yellow one. I'd be interested in the yellow one too. So, with that being said, I guess I'll leave you guys with this. There's not really much else to say. It's kind of cold out today, so I'm not doing much outside. Just kind of spending some time down here, so I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll be doing something outside.